My name is Connie. I'm a driving examiner in southern Alberta. Welcome to my channel. Morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? I'm getting ready for work. I got 4 tests to do today. And then I'm going to do some of my video here. So stick around. We're going to go through some do's and don'ts. I'm going to move this. We're going to go through some do's and don'ts, what to do on your road test. I'll explain how the process works, how points are added up, what would be the automatic fails. So yeah, stick around. We're going to go over all of this. I first of all still need to get my tea ready. Oh, do you hear that? Tea's ready. And if there are any questions that any of you have, please leave them in the comments below. I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. Turn on all those notifications, share the video if you'd like. If there's somebody else out there that's learning to drive and you think would benefit from this, absolutely share it. I guess I can kind of start it off here with, this is just for Alberta. Okay, I don't know how the exams work in all the other provinces or how they work in different countries, but this is specifically for Alberta. You're going to book your test online first of all, and you'll be sent an email with all the information. Make sure the night before that you check your signal lights, all of them, make sure that they're working. Make sure all 3 of your brake lights are working. If any of these are not working, you can't go on your test, and you will probably forfeit the money that you put in. They ask you to arrive 30 minutes early for the test because you have to be checked in. And this is the opportunity where they check your insurance and registration. And if it's not valid, you don't go on the test if you don't have it ready by your appointment time. The reason for coming early then is if this happens, you may be able to get it. You may be able to call your insurance company. You're already at a registry, so if the registration needs to be updated, then they will do that. So make sure that you look at that the night before as well. Don't just assume, oh yeah, it's good, because it might not be. You might not have put the new papers in. So check that. Even the morning of your test, check the lights again. Check that registration and insurance. Make sure you have your license with you. Have your car clean. The examiner doesn't want to get into a dirty car. Be prepared, and I hope it goes really good for you. The examiners don't want you to fail. They just simply want you to prove to them that you can drive on your own. Yeah, I'll give you all the do's and don'ts, what we're looking for. During the test, we do mark the mistakes that you make. We will comment on the good things. But once you get the results, we go through the mistakes because those stand out more. On the test, you will be doing parallel parking, hill parking. If the registry doesn't have a parking lot, then you'll go separately to do a perpendicular park or an angle park, just so that we can see that all of your parking is covered. The drive here is about 35 to 40 minutes. You will be booked a 45-minute time slot because then that allows us time to explain things at the beginning, go over the summary at the end. So yeah, make sure you're there on time. If you're late, they're not that forgiving because we have an appointment list all day. And by waiting for you to come late puts every other test behind. And if multiple people show up late, imagine how it's going to go for that last person, how much they're going to be late for their test. And maybe you have to get back to school. Maybe you have to get back to work. Maybe the person that brought you in that mind, bring somebody with you that has a full license. Maybe they have to go. So be here on time. That can help assure that you will go out on your test. For the beginning of the test, they of course will go out and check your lights, your signal lights and brake lights. Then they're going to get inside the car. They're going to ask you if everything is all set up. If you need to set up your mirrors and your seat, this is the time to do that. They will ask you to honk the horn. If the horn's not working, you don't go on that test. So check that the night before too, and the morning of. They will ask you about a few of the controls in there. And they'll ask you how to turn on the hazard lights, show them how to turn on your windshield wipers, and they will ask you where your parking brake is, and then they'll explain how everything works. And what they'll basically do is they will say, during the drive, I'll give you directions. I'll let you know when to turn left or right. If I don't say anything, just keep going straight. But if you don't know, you can ask them. They can't help you with any of the driving, of course, but they can help you with directions. They'll tell you that you have to do a hill park and a parallel park. You are given 3 tries if you need it. If you get it done in the first try, you don't have to do any more. But if it's not successful, you do get to try again. The only time you're not going to get to try again is if something went terribly wrong, like you climbed up onto the curb, or if you nearly touched the vehicle. If they have to say stop, that's not good, okay? And you're not going to do another one. Hill parking, they will ask you to do it again. So if you cannot do either of these within 3 attempts, then they'll just continue on with everything else. You don't get to try anymore. If you're unsuccessful too, like with the parking in the parking lot, you are allowed 3 tries, but if you can't get it within that, then they won't have you do any more. But you do continue the test. And even if you do make any of the automatic fails, they are still going to continue on the test because they want to see what else you do need work on. And that way it's good feedback for you. You know, maybe you need to be educated on, hey, this is how you shoulder check, and this is when you want to shoulder check. Maybe signaling is too soon or too late, or maybe you're forgetting to put it on. So these things will help you so that you know when you do come back for your test, okay, these are some other things I have to work on besides what the big one was. So yeah, they'll continue it on. If there is a lot going wrong, if you've all of a sudden gotten all flustered and you're making so many mistakes, they may decide, hey, you know, this isn't working and we're just going to get you back to the registry because we don't want to put anybody else in danger out there. And if you really can't pull it together, then it's like, no, we're not going to do this because then it's just going to look really bad on your test results. So there will be times where they discontinue it for everyone's safety. And then they'll go through some feedback with you. Okay? So that's all I'm going to go through for now. I hope this was helpful a little bit. Thanks for hanging out with me. And keep an eye out for my next video. I'm going to show you a bunch of do's and don'ts. Yes, I had to make a lot of mistakes in my own driving to show you, but I will also show you what you are supposed to do. And then I'll explain the summary afterwards too. Okay, so join me, stick around, and we'll go for a drive.